Now that we've been through some simple examples on how to create and manage our sales orders, let's take a closer look at our shipments. So we'll start off with a simple sales order. It's processed in exactly the same way. I'm going to add a couple of products onto here. And now what I want to do is I want to ship one of the two product lines. So I select the line that I wish to ship, and using the action cog, I'm going to select ship. From here, Unleashed has created a shipment for me with the items that I've selected, so I can dispatch this as needed. Now this is our first shipment on the sales order. It's been given its own shipment prefix, and it's got exactly the same number as our sales order, so it's nice and easy to tie back. Coming back to our order, we know that we've shipped the first line, but not the second. However, there could be thousands of lines in your sales order. You're not always going to know. You can either select the items, or using the order button, you can create a shipment from here. Using this method, we're going to pick up all items that are yet to be shipped. We process the shipment in exactly the same way. Because this is the second shipment that we've created on the order, it's appended -1. Of course, if we have multiple shipments, we'd keep that number generating for you. Let me quickly dispatch this. Now of course we've got the goods out the door, and this has no connection to the actual invoice. So we can ship our goods out before we've collected the money for it, so we need to monitor our processes there carefully. For me, that's fine, and I'm going to create my invoice now. Once the invoice is completed, the order is complete as well. There's an easy way to keep an eye on these shipments and see what needs to be processed. You can do so underneath the reports, sales, and shipment inquiry. Within inside this report, we can filter for shipments that we need to focus on. The first one we can see is our shipment. Using the action cog, I can move it along to its next stage of its process, print or email documentation out. Let's open up the shipment that we're focusing on today. As we're part of the warehouse team, we can save the shipment as we're processing this through. So underneath the save button, we have several statuses: parked, placed, picking, picked, and packed. What I'm going to do now is dispatch it. Before I do so, I'm going to add in the details for the shipping company, the tracking number, and the dispatch date. This is perfect information for fielding customer inquiries. So let me go ahead, add this in, and dispatch it. Upon completing our shipment, we're going to be sending across a stock journal into our accounting software package. Now let's have a look at an example of what will happen if we simply don't have enough product to ship. So we'll put in a product here, and as we can see, our availability is only 64, so we have 64 units available for sale. However, the customer is wanting 120 units. When I add this in, I'm going to get a warning. It is only a warning, and we can bypass this if needed. So add it in, and let's create a shipment. When we're creating the shipment, of course, we can only ship products off that we actually have on hand. So Unleashed has picked up what we do have on hand, so we have the quantity that we can ship. This is shown in the ship column. We can also see the to ship. This is showing us how much needs to be shipped later down the track. Let me dispatch this shipment. Now this is what we call a back-ordered sale. There could be two scenarios for a back-ordered sale. We simply don't have enough stock to fulfill the order, or we're shipping it in two parts. Keeping an eye on these back-ordered sales is made easy through the back order inquiry. This one here is much like the view sales order. However, in this particular case, we can drill down at a product level what has and has not gone out the door, and whether or not we have enough stock to fulfill the order. Coming back to our sales order, underneath the order button, we can create a purchase order to increase our stock levels to the right level to fulfill the sale. So Unleashed is telling me that I need 32 units to fulfill this order. I simply need to pop in a supplier for this particular product and click create. And this has created our purchase order with the product that we need to get in. At the moment, this is being delivered to our warehouse. However, we can change the delivery name to our customer's delivery name. We would process this purchase order in exactly the same way as our normal purchase orders. We'd pop it into the right status, we'd email it off to our supplier and receipt it when it eventually comes in. Now when the stock does come in, we're really going to see that in the back order inquiry. We now have enough to ship, so in the can ship column we can see we can fulfill the order now. Coming back to our sales order, let's create that shipment for the remaining items that are owed to our customer. All that needs to be done on this particular order is to create the invoice, to collect the money, and now it's complete.